The Aboriginal Teacher Education Program, as we know it today, started back in 2001. So the vision for ATEP really was that we wanted to keep teachers in the community. We wanted Indigenous teachers trained and kept in the community. So that meant that we would also keep them in the community while they were doing their schooling.
I work full-time as an educational assistant, and working in a school, I always wanted to become a teacher, make my way up. I study part-time, so my classes are in the evening, and it's all online. I don't have to worry about coming to Edmonton, be on campus. It's so welcoming. These people are wonderful, loving, and it truly is an extension of my family.
So the ATEP program is a cohort-based program, and all of the students journey together in their Bachelor of Education degree.
One of the things that, really drew me in was the idea that it was cohort-based. So you were sticking with the same, 20 to 30 people for 4 years. When you're amongst 200 other people, you don't really get to have that relationship build with other peers or instructors, as opposed to the community base or the relationship base you create with people within your cohort throughout the 4 years in ATEP.
My favorite thing about it all is Wakotuin. Maybe you've heard about it, what the word translates to: kinship, interconnection, essentially all my relationships with both human and non-human. And everyone that I've worked with, whether it was a colleague or one of the ATEP advisors, our ATEP aunties, they all really do lead with Wakotuin.
Our advisors are like our aunties, so we call them our ATEP aunties. And when we come to the lounge, or when we have events or meals, or if there's opportunity for us, I feel like I'm sitting at my cook'em's house with all my cousins. When I sit in the lounge with all my peers, we all just eat good food. There's so many laughs. It's always good energy, good vibes.
ATEP students, ATEP grads, alum, always find their way back. ATEP alum are now mentor teachers for our students heading out into the field, into their practicum experiences. Dr. Steinhauer, it doesn't matter where she goes, she comes across and meets up with former students of the program, and they all need to give her a hug. They all need to share where they're at.
I went to Portage College grad just a couple weeks ago, and one of the students there came from a distance to attend grad. She had been studying with this group. I think she was from further north, never met them in person. But yet when they met, they embraced each other. They had conversations as if they'd known each other all their lives. So that online community is built, and it's really, really strong.
ATEP really provided me a safer space to think and do and act differently. I didn't realize the impact that I was going to have on the high school students that I was alongside until the end. And I still have students that were in my classroom that come up to me when I'm out in the community and say, "Cheris, can I give you a hug? Cheris, we miss you. Cheris, it was so cool how you used to take us outside and how you would read to us and you would do things differently."
I've learned how to make ribbon skirts and beading, and I've done so many Indigenous-based workshops, and that's connections I didn't really have coming into the program. And when I was in my practicum, I got to actually bring my Indigenous knowledge forward and help an Indigenous boy make those connections that was living off reserve and didn't have those connections.
I'm starting to develop an understanding of the pedagogies and curriculum, simple math equations and stuff. It's like, hey, I can help you break that down.
And I think, when I look back and I look at all the generations of the kids and the young learners that I've taught and had the opportunity to walk alongside, they feel what we felt. We teach the way we were taught. Very similarly, we love the way that we were loved.
I often say, people that come out of ATEP are probably the best teachers that anyone can have, whether it's an Indigenous child or non-Indigenous, because they learn to love. They learn to love, and love, it has to come first in a classroom. And it makes a big difference. Not only are you a role model for your own kids, but you're a role model for the whole community. There's significant difference that's being made here on this campus. And it's a collective effort. It's not because I'm in this position. It's because it's collective. Everybody's doing this together.